Remember me, you and George?
Yes, I do remember that.
I used to dick around then as well and write all my fucked up pieces of English work.
Yeah, and really freak out. What's her name?
Miss Sum.
Oh.
Don't freak her out.
Well, disappoint her, I guess.
I made her angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember you were writing some pretty heinous shit.
I've got them somewhere. I've kept them. I thought they were so fucking funny for schoolwork.
I wish I kept my schoolbooks. I have no idea what I did with them.
By sheer coincidence, I actually have those pieces of paper with that English stuff in a bag next to me.
Oh! I'll read us some excerpts that are allowed to be said on Twitch.
Okay. I know they're all allowed to be said on Twitch. I couldn't put anything in my fucking English work.
I guess so.
Dear Mr. M-word. I'm writing to complain to you about all these F words you have allowed to live around me. What have you brought your kind here, Mr. N-word, F-word? Okay, here you go. Write a letter to a friend about a sponsored event. Look at the date as well, 10th of the 1st, 2013.
Oh my god.
So it's 29 House, Road Lane Street, Somerset, TT3, free TT, because to me that was titty.
Yes, yeah. I vaguely remember this actually.
Dear friend, I got a detention for this, by the way. Dear friend of mine, I've heard about a sponsored challenge in which there is a challenge with a sponsor. The challenge is a 20-mile walk across hills in rugged country. Money will be raised for charity, but the challenge will be physically tough. Okay, here we go. The charity the walk will be raising money for is the RSPCA, as they are a large foundation and need many funds to continue their ambitious quest to provide adequate care for animals that are despicably treated and who have been abandoned. Without these events and these funds, adequate care cannot be provided to the RSPCA, and the RSPCA will be forced to regrettably eradicate considerably larger quantities of mistreated and disgracefully large quantities of atrociously tremendous cases of ill health in outcasts that would be possible to effectively cure with adequate funds.
God, why was she angry? That's some big words.
Hang on. Because it was probably the rest of it. Of course, needless to say, once you've completed the expedition, you ain't going to feel too great.
You ain't gonna feel too good.
Anyway, I'm sure you'll be delighted to partake in this eventful full axle rotation of the planet. This eventful day, basically. See you there, Mr. Me.
By himself.
Classic.
No, actually, the one on the back is the better one. Hang on a minute. So this is a speech persuading young people to exercise more.
Oh.
You know where this is going. Hello, welcome to my speech. Today I'm going to be talking about persuading young people to do more exercise. Riveting stuff, I agree. And may I say, a vast majority of you do not look like the active type. So I would like to congratulate you on managing to get here. Today I will be explaining the importance of young people participating in exercise. Probably the main reason why young people in contemporary society don't exercise is because they are very lazy. Most kids have Xboxes/PlayStations and TVs in their rooms. This gives them the rather pleasant idea of laying in their beds whilst playing on them. The same applies to the laptops and computers. They don't even have to walk down the stairs. My advice would be to move all of your electrical devices to your lounge. This way you have to move more than 6 inches to play on them. Another problem is that some people like their food a bit too much, which in itself isn't too much of a problem. However, this lot are lazy with it. They plough their way through fridge, freezer and cupboard, then eat their prizes for swinging their arm in an open shut motion while watching TV. And it's usually crap. This is the thing in my English work, and it's usually crap TV, so they might as well do some exercise. Exercise is really important for your health. You can develop many dangerous health problems through lack of exercise, such as high cholesterol, high blood pressure, obesity, and death by fatness. All of these problems are extremely dangerous for your health, especially death. Lack of exercise causes you to become very fat or very skinny. This can lead to much teasing. People have every right to make the comments they do because you're a broad bit of yourself.
There's John just saying bullying's good.
Exercise doesn't have to be all hard work, it can be fun too. sport is exercise, swimming, football, and rugby are sports. As is darts. That's about as full of exercise as any sport. So take up exercise today and don't die young and fat. Thank you for listening.
Oh, mate, that would have convinced me. Sold.
Oh, that's right. And remember the one about the seaside resort, Oscar?
Yes, I do remember that one.
We had to write an article about the seaside resort, which I named Clitness.
Yes, you did.
Come to Clitness, the best seaside town in the country. Located on the east coast, Clitness is the perfect day out for all the family. And then so it's done with subtitles. So the seafront. Take a trip down to the seafront where there's much to do and many traditional activities to partake in, such as the Punch and Judy show, cocoa nuts, pin the frail old donkey, and of course the wonky ride. Set just off the beach along the seafront, there are many first-class restaurants and arcades. The beach itself is beautiful golden sand stretching across to many large and fascinating rock pools containing many diverse species of marine organisms. What's the weather like? Pass. Attraction. Attractions. Visit the Clitness Railway, one of the few remaining steam railways in Britain. Take the journey all the way to the other end of the line and back again. all 200 metres of it. I used the word meters. Visit the Clitness Museum, a tranquil place for the most fond of old bent spoons and broken plates. And then take a trip up Cliff. To try Cliff. It's not even subtle. To try bungee jumping and see how close you get your face to the tarmac floor. For the kids, most restaurants have ballparks and slides and things. Where to stay? There's a dumpy little travel lodge just outside of town, which is cute. You're all fine. However, if you prefer something with a bit more class, there are several 3- and 4-star hotels with ridiculous prices, but mostly comfortable and reassuring. How to find Clitness? Use a map. Shit. What a little knobber. Mobile phones, good or bad?
Where are we talking?
Mobile phones, good or bad? I wonder what John's opinion on that.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder.
For the past 20 years, mobile phones have graced our presence. However, it has only been for the past decade that they've become a regular occurrence. Of course, this was 2013, so that was a legitimate statement then.
Yeah.
Originally, mobile phones were a good idea. Being able to phone or text someone from anywhere certainly has its benefits, but mobiles aren't all good. Here we go.
So originally they were a good idea, now not so much.
Yeah, the government.
The introduction of the internet on mobiles has left many parents worrying about what their children are doing, such as viewing violent or pornographic scenes without them knowing. That reminds me, I must get one. However, there is a very simple solution. If your child asks you for a mobile phone, say no. Parents have admitted to giving in because of constant pressure or strops. Just smack them and your troubles will soon be over. Fucking hell.
Nice.
Of course, you could buy them a phone, for example, a Tesco value one, which has naff all on it.
Naff all on it. That's such a John quote.
They can't complain because I asked for a mobile phone and you gave them one. A phone, that is.
Damn.
Something that really stuns me is the price of mobiles. £10 to £15, maybe £20 is reasonable for a phone. When I hear of a new phone coming out of £300 to £400, I think to myself, no one will pay that, they'll have to lower it. But people pay it, and then when their kids want something constructive, like a musical instrument or a set of books, they say, don't you know there's a recession on? £300 to £400 for a new phone.
When was this, 2008?
Yeah, I know. But for me, the worst is bullying through text. Bullying through text has become a massive thing. Why? Why, when people receive abusive texts, they can be driven to commit suicide? I don't know. If I was to receive an abusive text, I'd press delete. Done.
John Saul's side crime.
So drops to 0.
Same goes for any sort of media abuse. Press delete or leave the chat room and all your troubles will disappear. Funny that, isn't it? Something that I don't get about parents is they say, the good thing about mobiles is, I always know where my child is. Okay, so you ring your child and ask them where they are. They say in the park. How do you know they're not halfway across the country? And even if they are in the park, how do you know your darling little 7-year-old Jemima isn't injecting herself with something? Just think about that one.
Oh, God.
As you would have been able to tell, I have been completely impartial during this arc. But I hope you take all the factors raised into account and only use mobiles for their original, important, and useful use. So impartial.
Wow.
I didn't write a single good paragraph about it. I wrote a single sentence about them being good.
So tell me the teachers couldn't look past the content and just mark you on the English.
No, because the English is actually quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, not bad. Well, I can't. Could be written in crayon, but
Yeah. So there's one about a motorcycle race, and I intentionally put, dear editor, I am writing to me, crossed out, and put you. I am writing to me, crossed out, you, concerning the proposal to hold a motorcycle race in. I am strongly opposed to this proposal, and I propose that it is opposed. What a little shit I was. I strongly believe that this race will have a shattering effect on the local people who happen to be crossing the road at the time.
all of them crossing the road.
Here's a local joke as well. The race will also attract many people to stay at buildings. However, the sort of people who stay at buildings are the sort of people we can do without.
Nice.
Got him.
I predicted the future. They will force the local residents into their home in fear of catching some unidentified disease.
Oh shit, John predicted COVID. I thought.
Also, the noise of the bikes will most probably annoy local citizens and therefore will probably cause many unfortunate accidents to motorcycle riders. The race will bring a huge increase to the economy, just not our local one. The hordes of scumbags piling out of
Damn, you really had an agenda to push here, John.
The hordes of scumbags piling out of will in effect absorb all the produce from the local shops, therefore resulting in large payments to restock supplies and to making very little, if any, profit. I didn't understand how that worked back then.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against the sport itself, but if you do happen to go ahead with it, then watch out. No offence intended, of course. Signed, Mr. Me again. Okay, this was the one. This was one I was thinking of in my head when I was thinking of them being bad. So it's Write a Guide to Christmas Shopping. This is 2012. Let's go back further. Christmas shopping is always the most traumatizing time of year. Can you really argue with that? It's really, 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 really boring and incredibly hard to keep yourself passively temperamental. It can become exceedingly frustrating. Here's some tips to make it a little more easy. Tactics. Always shop early, July preferably. This way there's very little resistance. Most of the scumbags are malingering away in faraway tropical countries whilst we drown in the middle of this country.
Oh God, EDL John.
If you could also mug some of these scumbags to their benefits, then you could actually get a real turkey rather than using your dog as a cheap alternative.
What?
Queues can be a real hassle, can't they? Wear steel toe caps. Why, I hear you ask? So you can boot the cretins out of the way, of course. Much quicker and makes the whole experience more enjoyable. Buy for yourself and yourself only, much cheaper. But is all this really worth it? Nope. Are there any hurdles? Are there any hurdles? To right, colon. Short scum, ignorant scum, ugly scum, fat scum, lots of scum, cretins, kids, old people, ignorant shop assistants, dopey shop assistants, the public at large.
How many detentions did you get out of that? Was it just the one?
No, I've got a few.
Yeah.
I got detention. I don't think I got detention for this one, but I think this was too set all today. This is the last one. This leaflet is your complete guide to English exams, except there might be a few bits missing. Reading exam time is the total time for the reading exam is 1 hour, and there are only 4 questions. The best way to divide your time is roughly 4 minutes for reading, 2 minutes per text, 10 minutes for question 1, 12 minutes for question 3 and 4. I don't know what I've done with question 2.
Don't need it.
Question 1 is a simple list find information question that will probably take less than 10 minutes anyway.
Ah, fuck, I'm dead.
Reading exam answer length 2 pages sorted. You can make it look by more by taking up as much space as possible for the list in question 1. Reading exam marks, marking splitting. Marking splits. 1/3 of your marks are based around sentence structure, punctuation and spelling. Before your exam, make sure to revise use of punctuation in other bits. It is advisable to begin revising spelling several years before the exam, as you must know how to spell every word in the English language. The other 2/3 of the marker for content structure and argument. Tips. Check you have the correct tier. Have more than 1 pen in case it runs out. You're not allowed to chase it. Use quotes. I know. Write an answer for all questions. If you get to the last 10 minutes and you haven't moved on to question 4. Oh, if you get to the last 10 minutes and you haven't, move on to question 4. If there's 10 minutes left and you haven't finished question 2, you're knackered. Writing exam. Again, the paper is now long, however, this time there are only 2 questions. You should spend around 30 minutes on each. That'll get boring damn quick. And answer length. Each answer should be around 2 sides of A4. I know, and you're not even there yet. And then types of questions. In the exam, you can be asked to write a formal letter, informal letter, review, leaflet, article, speech, or report. Chin up, soldier. At least it's not in French. I don't think I got attention for that one, if I remember. I think most of the others I did. The scumbag one I did.
Yeah,
the
I can imagine you
the RSPCSA one I did, and the clip one I did.
Yeah, the clip one was a little on the nose.
Well, it was relatively obvious, but Clipness works as a town name. It was when I distinctly made cliff. Take a trip up cliff.
Clipped cliff. Yeah.
Kind of makes me want to go back to school and write some more of that shit.
I mean, you can still write shit. Just not going to get assessed. Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's
See where the excitement comes from.
Yeah, that's what makes it like. I mean, it's quite funny stuff, but like the reason it's funnier is because it's
Someone has to look at it and mark it seriously.
because it was my actual schoolwork. Yeah. I still like my. I wish I had it. My citizenship exam, my actual GCSE.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, I only answered half the questions.
Yeah. Can you still pass somehow though?
I've got a C. I answered half the questions. I went on a rant about Bin Laden.
Yeah.
Oh fucking no! Sorry, not Bin Laden. Abu Hamza. Sorry. That was who I went on a rant about. And then I went to the back of the paper on the last question, which was the one I didn't answer, and just wrote inside the box where it would get scanned to be marked. As you can tell, I don't give a shit about this exam. I still got the mark. That was admire the honesty.
I think I got like a B or maybe even an A in citizenship, and man, did I not care. That was the one I doodled all over. I mean, I doodled all over all of my.
Yes, I remember you saying that.
I
Yeah,
properly.
Yeah, that was like the one thing I really didn't care about was citizenship.
Yeah. Why the fuck would you? Jesus Christ.
I know. It's not even something. It's literally something you know because it's more. It's a lesson we should have had that didn't have a GCSE attached to it. If that makes sense, like it shouldn't have been an exam.
Had a grade or something.
School days.
School aids.
I love it. The other one I didn't care about, although I wasn't quite so. I didn't lack the care quite so much as I did with citizenship, was product design.
Yeah, I mean.
But that probably showed.
Yeah, it did when you presented your lawnmower.
Lawnmower.
Well, I made a bird
box.
And we had to do a presentation, and I really didn't want to, so I didn't make a presentation. I just got up and went, put my bird box on the table, and went, "This is a lawnmower."
And Mr. Roscoe was not happy.
No. He with that part, he wasn't happy with the fact I hadn't made the thing. So he was like, everybody's initial reaction to me saying that, he was like, no, he's got your attention, hasn't he? He's got your attention.
Yeah.
And then it proceeded to go downhill from there with me not giving a shit. And then
talking really fast.
This man's a genius.
Yeah, but he very quickly backtracked.
Genius.
He very quickly in a way it would have been if I hadn't fucked it up so much afterwards.
Yeah.
Like because I had no presentation. That's what really pissed him off when most of the rest of the class didn't either. But also, also the fact that I spoke really fast. I just blitzed through my very limited sales pitch. Went pretty much straight to the questions, and someone was like, "Does it come in many colours?" I'm like, "Well, you've got a pot of paint and a brush. You can have whatever colour you want, can't you?" Does it come in different sizes? No. Does it do this? No. Look, mate, I've got this one bird box. I don't know what you want. And then
do you want to buy it?
After that, he wasn't happy. And then I had to do it in front of Coma.
Yeah, that was
the principal.
Oh, was that the punishment?
Yeah.
That was because it was our GCSE thing. Rather than those of us who didn't have an actual presentation, so all that. So me and you were in that as well.
Yeah, I was in there too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us who hadn't done any presentation pretty much. We all had to do it in front of the principal. So I got up and I put my bird box on the table. I went, "This is a lawnmower."
And then nothing happened.
No, because I actually had a presentation at that point. I did it half properly.
I remember.
I couldn't work the buttons on the remote control to make the presentation work, but
I remember I forgot to do the presentation again, and I rushed it that morning. So whatever I did was a rush job. But hey, still
Do
passed.
you remember what grade you got for product design?
No, not very high. I think I might have got a B actually.
Really? I suppose you did actually make something.
What did
I
I
fell
make,
back
though?
on the. I don't know. I can't remember.
No, Lord, no.
I think I made a lawnmower.
Yeah, he got up and he said, "This is a bird box." Yeah, no, I got a D. I'm not
D.
surprised. My bird box was wonky as fuck as well.
Oh man, I really can't remember what I made.
I remember I spent like half the year trying to design like a telescopic awning, but not one that came forwards. It was telescopic, so you could extend it sideways. Telescopic. I tried to come up with a telescopic dildo.
But it just didn't figure it out.
It's actually that's not a bad idea actually.
Do you guys make like race cars? Like not real race cars, but like
Well, it's usually wedges. Wedges with
What?
wheels.
No, they were like plastic molded and stuff.
Oh, no. That sounds so cool. We made shit all, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, did you do electronics though, Tom? For your
That wasn't electronics though, because it was just. I'm pretty sure it must have been GCSE. I did do electronics GCSE as well, but I think it was.
What was it, year 9 when we did a bit of all of it?
Can't remember. I just remember
Oh,
making
shit.
like
Do you remember in?
a car and then put an Action Man in it. No, they're quite big.
Alright, no, we never did that. Do you remember Oscar when we did food tech in year 9 and I made them like herb cheese and herb scones.
Oh, yeah.
They were fucking revolting.
Yeah.
They
You
were
made
like
some
inedible.
poison scones. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they were. They were.
I remember that. I wasn't too bad at food tech, I don't think. I think I made some okay stuff.
I was awful.
I only really remember making, what are they called? Mexican triangles.
What? Salsa pizza?
Tortilla chips.
Yeah.
The what are they called? They're like
No,
filled
Mexican.
with something, like a kind of a
Mexican
pastry.
sombreros?
No,
It's
sombreros aren't
like Indian
triangular.
food.
You what?
Thinking of Indian food.
Pretty
They
sure
have
it's-
triangles and stuff.
Yeah, I know they
Mexican
do, but I'm pretty sure it was
triangles.
Mexican. There's a
You
lot
sure?
of
I mean,
like,
they're
beans
both
and
brown
spice in
skin.
it. Is he what, Jam? What?
They're easy to get them confused.
The Mexican triangle. Teteles? No, definitely wasn't a tetele.
Isn't that what the Mexicans watch shows on? that might be the dumbest thing I've ever said.
Tetele. They're watching on Tetele. Nice one.
Not really.
Top 10 concepts.
Top 10 jokes.
Top 10 jokes that should have never been said.
Maybe they were Indian. Samosa! It was a samosa, it was Indian. Samosa sounds Mexican.
I have no idea what that is. It does sound a bit Mexican.
Yeah.